Hey YNR fans, this is Latrice with another week of chaos in GC, and that is exactly what it has been, chaos in GC. Well, Adam is back in town. You know, I gotta say this, and don't get me wrong, I know that there are a lot of fans happy to see Adam come home, but, why do they keep doing this? Like, they kill Adam off, they bring him back, and they can't seem to keep, an actor in the role. So, why keep killing him off? Why not send him into witness protection the way they did Dylan? Or, honestly, send him to jail for something he's done. But I think it's really cool, the new Adam. I actually like him. He's kind of interesting. I do miss Justin Hartley in the role, though. I gotta say that. I think Justin Hartley was my favorite Adam. And I know there are some people who are going to disagree with me, and that's perfectly okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions and their own likes and dislikes. But here we go. So Adam comes back to town, and lo and behold, it's because of Sharon, of all people. Really? Sharon? Well, I guess other than Chelsea, she was the closest to Adam in GC. So he comes back to town, and he moves into Nick's old place. Surprise, surprise. And he and Sharon are spending a lot of time together. This does not bode well for the relationship between Sharon and Ray. I have a feeling that Ray is about to be history, and we're about to see an Adam and Sharon reunion. But as I'm sure a lot of you have heard, Melissa Claire Egan has signed on to reprise the role of Chelsea. And as we saw on Friday, Nick has had contact with Chelsea. Well, I shouldn't say he's had contact with her, but she has contacted him. So he knows how to get in contact with her. And we all know that Adam and Chelsea have this unbelievable chemistry. What is Victor up to by bringing Adam back to town? Victor has some manipulative, evil, dirty intentions. And I don't know why he forced Adam to go see Christian. For all intents and purposes, that's Nick's son. People may not like that, but Nick is the only father that boy has ever known. Nick has raised that baby since he was born, since Sage's death, and Sage wanted Nick to be the father. She told Adam that in a letter, and even Adam acknowledged that he didn't want to be Christian's father before he died. He told Nick that he was Christian's dad, and that was the end of that. So, here we go. What's Victor's end game? Whether Nick is the dad or Adam is the dad, Christian is a Newman. What does Victor have to gain from taking Christian away from Nick? I have a feeling it's the fact that he can control Adam more than he can control Nicholas. And that means he has freer access to Christian. And we all know that Victor Newman is all about having control. I'm loving the fact, though, that Victor can't control all of his children. I'm glad to see Victoria is back with Billy and planning their life together. We have been waiting for this reunion for a very long time. Um, Billy finally screwed his head on straight and realized where he belonged with Victoria and his children, and he stopped screwing off with Phyllis. We have also seen the reunion of Kyle and Lola. Now, here's the thing. I have seen a lot of posts that blame Lola for the breakup of Kyle and Summer. I actually gotta tell y'all that it's the other way around, because if fans remember correctly, Lola was sick. She needed a liver transplant, and Summer was a match. And she told Kyle that the only way that she would donate her liver was if he married her and left Lola alone. Kyle did not love Summer. Kyle did not want to marry Summer, but he would do anything to keep Lola alive. And that included sacrificing himself for Lola. And that's what he did. But I'm glad that he was finally true to himself and said he can't do this. And I think Summer deserves better than that. She deserves better than being married to someone who isn't all the way there for her. No matter how much she loved Kyle, Kyle didn't love her. And Nick was right when he told Summer that she deserved someone who loved her as much as she loved them. Nick I think he wanted to defend his daughter because he doesn't know the full extent of the circumstances as to why Kyle married her. So, in his mind, he was justifiably right in defending his daughter. But I think if he knew the truth, he'd have to pull the reins on his daughter. Speaking of pulling reins, somebody needs to pull Phyllis's reins, because she's just a little bit out of control. I get that she wants to start her own company and start over, but Phyllis, come on, sweetheart. Breaking into Jabot's computers? No. And then blaming your daughter? Although, Summer Honey, now trying to be the paragon of virtue, doesn't exactly fly. You ran to Jack and told Jack, and what purpose did it serve? You hurt your mom. Why'd you hurt her? What did she do to you? She covered up your lies about Kyle. She's protected you at every turn for every foul thing you've ever done. And seriously, what has she done to deserve you to hurt her like that? You know? Let's see, what else? Jack. You need to get over yourself. Legit. Get over yourself. One would have thought that Neil's death would have made you a better person. And while, it's helped you make peace with your sister, you're still kind of a bastard. Really? You had to go after Phyllis's business? I just don't get you. I don't get you, Jack. You need some kind of something, and you need to remember, Phyllis was there for you when you were down in the dumps, on drugs. She pulled you up, she stuck out her hand and pulled you up and helped you get back so that you could sit in that Jabot leadership chair. Yes, Phyllis has done some vile things, and she's not always a good person, but she's been there when the people who are now crushing her have needed her. So a lot of them need to take a step back and reevaluate themselves. It's good to see Billy move on and just try to live his life. And I think Jack needs to do the same instead of continuously trying to hurt Phyllis. Speaking of moving on, Ray, Mia, and Arturo. I believe Mia is carrying Ray's baby, but since she's in love with Arturo and Ray has moved on with Sharon, she is going to want this baby to be Arturo's because it's the only way she can hang on to him. Yeah. And now that the characters of Mia and Arturo are making their exits from Genoa City, that makes perfect sense. However, I have a feeling that this is going to come back to bite Mia square in the butt because I don't think that she's going to be able to keep the secret for long. We all know in Soapland, nothing stays buried. And I think that Arturo is very much so in love with Abby. And that's not going to change. And even though he's leaving, I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of Arturo. I have a feeling he'll be back. And once he finds out that this baby is not his, we may see him come back and try to fight for Abby. I must admit, speaking of Abby, that I'm liking the pairing of Abby and Nate Hastings Jr. I'm curious to know what you guys think, though. Abby has not ever gotten it right in her love life. She seems to find men with more baggage than an airport. First there was Summer's husband. Well, no. First there was I forget his name, but Mariah's ex. And then there was Summer's husband. Then we had Arturo, and now we've got Nate, who is dealing with, or who has had his own dead woman to deal with. So, what is with Abby? Why can't she just ever be happy? Oh, and let's not forget Stitch, the husband. That was just its own nightmare. I was actually kind of hoping that she'd get it right with Arturo, because I like them together. But she didn't. So, here we go again. Now she's hooked up with Nate. And while I like Nate, I'm not sure they're going to make much of a go of it. And then we've got Devon. And I like the fact that they are finally allowing Devon to move on. I like Elena, whatever her name is. She's nice. She seems relatively stable. And they make an actually interesting pair. But I wonder what her secret is. And I guarantee you she's got one. So we're going to have to keep watching to wait and see what comes of it. It looks like she's trying to escape town, though. I hope she doesn't leave, because I think right now, after Neil's death, and the town is still reeling from that, but I think that she is exactly what Devon needs, and she is helping him move on from losing Hillary, then losing Neil, and Lily's leaving. And speaking of Lily and Kane, what is going on with Kane and Tracy? Is Tracy fantasizing about Kane? Does she have some kind of weird infatuation with him? I'm kind of curious, because she's old enough to be his mom, and that would just be a little too weird. Writers, let's just not go there. Really, let's just not go there. Because had Colleen been alive, she wouldn't be much older than Maddie and Charlie are now. And that would just be a little bit too weird to have Tracy hook up with Kane. I know we have crazy May December romances on soaps. It's almost a guarantee, but I don't think we should go there. I really don't think we should go there. But what can I tell you? Writers are gonna do what they're gonna do. I am interested in Tracy's new book, though. We haven't seen her writing in quite a while, so I guess we should roll with this. All right, guys. That's it for this week. Feel free to leave me thoughts and tell me how you feel. I will see you next week. Bye.